Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will be solving class 9th polynomials exercise 2.4. Now the first question says determine which of the following polynomials has x plus 1 as a factor. So in this we will simply first write x plus 1 is equal to 0 because if we use remainder theorem and if we substitute the value of x as minus 1 and if the whole equation becomes 0, that means x plus 1 is a factor of this equation. Let's try the first part. So in this I will write p of x, which will now be p of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 raised to power 3 plus minus 1 raised to power 2 plus minus 1 and plus 1, which was already in the question. So it will give me minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. So this and this are additive inverse. It becomes 0. Same goes for this. I'm left with 0. So that means at x is equal to minus 1, this equation does become equal to 0. So for this equation, x plus 1 is a factor. I will write yes. This equation has x plus 1 as its factor. Let's move on to the second part. Now the second part also we will do the same way. We will write a p of minus 1 is equal to, now we will substitute the value minus 1 raised to power 4 plus minus 1 raised to power 3 plus minus 1 raised to power 2 plus minus 1 plus 1. So now this will become 1, this will become minus 1, this will become plus 1, this will become minus 1, and this remains plus 1. So this and this are additive inverse, so are this and this. So I'm simply left with 1. So that means at p of minus 1 or x is equal to 1, this does not give me 0. So no, x plus 1 is not a factor for this equation. Moving to the third part. Again we will substitute it. P of minus 1 should give me minus 1 raised to power 4 plus 3 into minus 1 raised to power 3 plus 3 into minus 1 raised to power 2 plus minus 1 plus 1. So let's see what it gives us. This will become 1, this will become minus 3, this will become plus 3, this will become minus 3, minus 1, this will become plus 1. So this and this get cancelled, additive inverse, so does this and this. I'm left with 1. So p of minus 1 is giving me 1. So for this also x plus 1 is not a factor. Moving to the fourth part. Again we'll substitute the value for p of minus 1. We will get minus 1 whole cube minus of minus 1 square minus into 2 plus root 2 multiplied by minus 1 plus root 2. Now this minus 1 into minus will simply become plus 1. So again I will be left with the same thing, 2 plus root 2. So not to worry about it. This will become minus 1. This will become plus 1 and into minus will again give me minus. This whole thing will remain the same because this minus and this minus will come positive. So I will be left with plus 2 plus root 2 plus root 2 again. So this will give me minus 2 plus 2 and plus 2 root 2. So this and this will simply get cancelled and I will be left with 2 root 2. So since p of minus 1 for this is not equal to 0, so for this also I will say no, x plus 1 is not the factor. Okay, so now the second question says that we have to use factor theorem to determine whether g of x is a factor of p of x in each of the following cases. So again, we will use a similar concept. We will simply write this as equal to 0 and it will give me x is equal to minus 1. When I substitute minus 1 in p of x, if the equation becomes 0, then we will say yes, g of x is a factor. Let's try the first part. So I have p of minus 1, which gives me 2 into minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 square minus 2 into minus 1 minus 1. So 2 into minus 1 cube will give me minus 2. This will become plus 1. This will become plus 2 and this remains minus 1. So this and this are additive inverse. So are this and this. I'm left with 0. So if it is giving me 0, I will have to write yes, g of x is a factor. So over here, yes, g of x is a factor. Let's try the second part. So this will give me x is equal to minus 2. X is equal to minus 2. Let's try and substitute that. Let's do it over here. So minus 2 whole cube plus 3 into minus 2 square plus 3 into minus 2 plus 1. So this will give me minus 8. This will become 4 into 3 plus 12. This will become minus 6 plus 1. So I can see this will give me minus 14 and plus 13. So let's write it this way, minus 14 plus 13, which is minus 1. So over here, p of minus 2 is not equal to 0. So no, g of x is not a factor. Moving to the next part, again we'll write as equal to 0. Then we'll substitute the value. X is equal to as 3. Try and solve it somewhere here. Can solve it here. So I have p of 3, which will give me 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square plus 3 plus 6. So 27. 3 square is 9 minus 36. And this will give me plus 9. So we already know 27 plus 9 is 36 minus 36, which is equal to 0. So for this, as p of 3 is 0, we will write yes, g of x is a factor. Okay, so now question 3. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor. So it's already saying that it is a factor. So we will write x minus 1 is equal to 0. So it will give me x is equal to 1. Whenever I substitute 1, the whole equation should become equal to 0. Let's try the first one. So p of 1 should give me 0. So therefore I get 1 square plus 1 plus k should give me 0. So 1 plus 1 will give me 2 plus k, which is equal to 0. So k is minus 2. The second part, again this should become equal to 0. Let's try. So 2 into 1 square plus k into 1 plus root 2 should give me 0. So 2 into 1 is 2, k into 1 is k plus root 2. So basically I'm left with k plus 2 plus root 2, which is equal to 0. So k is equal to minus 2 minus root 2. Now some people also write it by taking minus common. You can do that also. That's it for k. Let's try the third part. So I get k into 1 square minus root 2 into 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. So k into 1 is k, root 2 into 1 is root 2 minus root 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. So it will go to the other side and I'll be left with minus 1 plus root 2. Let's try the fourth part. Again we'll substitute 1. So I will have k into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus k is equal to 0. So k into 1 is k over here, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. So I will get k plus k minus 3 is equal to 0. So minus 3 goes to the other side and I get 2k is equal to 3 and k is equal to 3 by 2. This question says factorize. We have already learned factorization in class 8 by splitting the middle term. Let's try the first part. So we have 12x square minus 7x plus 1. It is in the correct order. So 1 into 12x square will give me 12x square. Multiplied I need 12x square and added or subtracted I need minus 7. So it's clear that 4 into 3 does give me 12, and if I want a negative I can use minus 4 and minus 3. So let's write that. Minus 4x minus 3x plus 1. So over here common is 4x and I'm left with 3x minus 1. Over here I can simply take common as minus 1. So I'm left with 3x minus 1 because minus 1 into minus 1 gives me back plus 1. So I will get 4x minus 1 into 3x minus 1, my two factors. Let's try the second part. Now it says 2x square plus 7x plus 3. It's in the correct order. So 3 into 2 is 6x square. This can be simply written as 6 plus 1. So let's write that. 2x square plus 6x plus 1x. When I add them I get back 7x. When I multiply them I get 6x square plus 3. So over here 2x is common. I'm left with x plus 3. Over here 1 is common. So I'm left with x plus 3 again. So taking x plus 3 common, I'm left with 2x plus 1 into x plus 3. Now part 3, let's try and solve it over here. So I have 6x square plus 5x minus 6. So minus 6 into 6 will give me minus 36 x square. Now I need to split 5 in such a way that I get 36 in negative, and when I add or subtract I get plus 5. So it's easy. 9 into 4 we can do, where we will take plus 9 minus 4, because when I multiply them I get minus 36, but when I add them I get 5x positive. So 3x is common here and I'm left with 2x plus 3. Over here minus 2 is common and I'm left with 2x plus 3, because minus 2 into plus 3 gives me back minus 6. So my factor will be 3x minus 2 multiplied by 2x plus 3. Now the fourth part is left. It says 3x square. Let's try and fit it somewhere here. 3x square minus x minus 4. So minus 4 into 3 gives me minus 12, and he has already helped us by giving the factors, because these are the two numbers which when subtracted give me minus 1 also, because we can imagine there's a 1 here. So I will get 3x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 4. Now you can rearrange and write it also. Even if you solve it this way, you will get the same answer. So over here x is common. I will get 3x minus 4. Over here plus 1 is common. So I will get 3x minus 4. So the factors are x plus 1 multiplied by 3x minus 4. Okay, so coming to question 5. Now these are cubic polynomials mostly, and in this, when we want to factorize, we must first find one of the factors by looking at the constant term. Now 2 has how many factors? It has 1, minus 1, 2 and minus 2 as its factor. So we can try, mostly we should first try by 1 or minus 1 as it's positive. I will first try and substitute the value of plus 1. Let's see what do we get. P of x. So P of 1, this is part 1 question. When I substitute it, I will get 1 cube minus 2 into 1 square minus 1 plus 2. So 1 cube is 1. This will remain minus 2. This will remain minus 1 plus 2. This and this are additive inverse. So are this and this. I'm left with 0. So that means x is equal to 1 is actually one of the zeros of the polynomial. So that means x minus 1 is equal to 0 is actually a factor of this polynomial. Now we need to divide x minus 1 and our question, x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. You must make sure that it is in the descending order of the power. My aim is to eliminate the first term. So in order to eliminate this, I must multiply it with x square. So I get x cube minus x square. When I subtract, the signs will get reversed. This and this will get cancelled. This will give me minus x square. Then we will bring down minus x. So now I want minus x square, so I will multiply it with minus x, which will give me minus x square plus x. Now the signs will get reversed. This and this will get cancelled. This will give me minus 2x. This 2 will be brought down now. So I will get plus 2. Now I want minus 2x. So I will simply multiply with minus 2. So now I get minus 2x. Minus 2 into minus 1 will give me plus 2. The signs will now get reversed. This and this will get cancelled. So will this and this. And my remainder is 0. As we already know, this is a factor. So I'm left with now the quotient, which is x square minus x minus 2. Now this is a quadratic, so we can do the splitting for this. Let's try and do that. 2 into x square, so it will give me 2x square. So I want something which when multiplied gives me minus 2x square, added and subtracted gives me minus x. So it's easy. I can simply write it as x square minus 2x plus x minus 2. So x is common here. I get x minus 2 plus over here I can write 1 x minus 2. So I get x plus 1 into x minus 2. These are the two factors I got from, x minus 2. These are the two factors I got, and one of the factors I had already gotten, which was x minus 1. So these are the three factors for our given equation. Okay, moving to part 2. Now again we will look at the factors for minus 5. So as it's negative, we should first try minus 1. Let's try minus 1 for it. So p of minus 1, let's see if it gives us 0. So I get minus 1 whole cube minus 3 into minus 1 square minus 9 into minus 1 and minus 5. Let's see. Minus 1 cube will give me minus 1. So minus 1 square will give me 1, and then into 3 will be minus 3. This will become plus 9. This will remain minus 5. So this, and this will give me minus 9. This will remain plus 9, which is 0. So I can say that one of the zeros is x is equal to minus 1. So it will come back and I will get x plus 1 is equal to 0. So x plus 1 is one of the factors. So I can divide the equation with it and get the rest of the factors. Let's try that. X plus 1 here, and then x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. Again I want to check whether it is in the correct form, decreasing order of the power. So it looks correct. Let's start dividing. So I want x cube. In order to get x cube, we will first multiply it with x square. So I will get x cube plus x square. Now the signs will change. This and this will get cancelled. This will become minus 4x square. This will be brought down now. I will get minus 9x. So I want minus 4x square. So I will simply multiply it with minus 4x. So I will get minus 4x square. Minus 4 into plus 1 will give me minus 4x. The signs will get reversed. So this and this will get cancelled. This will become minus 9 plus 4, which gives me minus 5x. Minus 5 will be brought down. So now I need minus 5x. So I will simply multiply with minus 5, which will give me minus 5x minus 5. The signs will get reversed and I will get 0. So that means now my quotient is x square minus 4x minus 5. So which is a quadratic equation. So we can solve it by splitting the middle term. Again, the factor will be minus 5 plus 1, right? So I will get x square minus 5x plus 1x minus 5. So x is common. I will get x minus 5 plus 1, again x minus 5. So the factor will be x plus 1 into x minus 5. And one of the factors we had earlier found out to be x plus 1 as well. So we will write factors as x plus 1 into x plus 1 into x minus 5. Now the third part can be solved similarly. Over here I have plus 20, so I will try the factors for positive first. So let us first try x is equal to 1. Let's see if it works or not. So let's try p of 1. So I get 1 cube plus 13 into 1 square plus 32 into 1 plus 20. So it's clear that the positive will not be able to give me 0. P of 1 will not be able to give me P of 1 will not be able to give me 0. So let us try P of minus 1. Let's see. So I get minus 1 whole cube plus 13 into minus 1 square plus 32 into minus 1 plus 20. So this gives me minus 1. This will become plus 13. 32 into minus 1 will be minus 32 and plus 20. So 20 plus 13 is 33, minus 1 and minus 32 also give me 33. So I get 0. So P of minus 1 is able to give me 0. That means x is equal to minus 1. So x plus 1 is one of the factors. Now we should divide and find the other factors. So x plus 1 outside and x cube plus 13 x square plus 32x plus 20. So let us divide now. I want x cube, so I will simply multiply with x square. So I get x cube plus x square and the signs will change. This and this get cancelled. I will be left with 12x square. This we will bring down plus 32x. So I want positive 12x square. So I will simply multiply with plus 12x. So I get 12x square plus 12x. Signs will reverse. This and this get cancelled. 32 minus 12 will give me 20x, and this 20 will be brought down now. So I want 20x. I will simply multiply with positive 20. So I get 20x plus 20. I can simply cancel it out now because the signs get reversed. Left with 0. So my quotient now is x square plus 12x plus 20. We can again do splitting the middle term. This one is relatively easy. We can do 2 into 10. So I get x square plus 2x plus 10x plus 20, which gives me x common, x plus 2 plus 10 common, x plus 2. So I'm left with x plus 10 into x plus 2, and therefore the factors now become, earlier one of the factors was x plus 1, then x plus 10, x plus 2. So now we are left with the fourth part. Now as it's negative 1, we should first try with p of minus 1. Let's try that. Let's solve the fourth part. So I get p of minus 1 is equal to 2 bracket minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 whole square minus 2 into minus 1 minus 1. So this will become minus 2. This will become plus 1. This will become plus 2, and this will become minus 1. As these are additive inverse, I'm left with. So this means that y is equal to -1 is one of the zeros, and y plus 1 is a factor for the given equation. Let us do the division now. So I get y plus 1 outside. Inside I'm left with 2y cube plus y square minus 2y minus 1. So I want 2y cube. I will simply multiply with 2y square. So we get 2y cube plus 2y square. The signs will reverse. This and this will get eliminated. I will be left with minus y square minus 2y. This will be brought down. So I want minus y square. I will simply multiply with minus y. So I get minus y square minus y. The signs will get reversed. This and this will get cancelled. I will be left with minus y. This 1 will be brought down, and I will get minus 1. So I want minus y. I will simply multiply with minus 1. So I get minus y minus 1. This becomes positive. This becomes positive. This and this get cancelled. So does this. I'm left with 0. So now my equation for the quotient becomes 2y square minus y minus 1. So now when I multiply, I want minus 2y square. When I add or subtract, I want minus 1. So it can be easily solved this way. 2y square minus 2y plus 1y, we can write, minus 1. When I solve it, it will become the same equation. So I get 2y common here, y minus 1 as common, and I will be left with y minus 1. So I get 2y plus 1 into y minus 1. Now earlier we had found that one of the factors was y plus 1. So the factors now become y plus 1 multiplied by 2y plus 1 and y minus 1. So now we have solved all 4 of them. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.